Hello, my dear children. Welcome to today's class. In the previous class, we discussed about fundamental quantities and its units, derived units, and we have discussed about units of some quantities. What are they? Yes, we have discussed the units of area, volume, and density. Today, let's discuss more about density. Density is the quantity of matter contained in unit volume. Its unit is kilogram per meter cube. In the previous class, we have found out the density of a thermocol block and wooden block. Though having the same volume, the density of wood is greater than that of thermocol. This means that the quantity of matter contained in the wooden block is greater. This is the reason behind the difference in their masses. Do the density of all substances the same? Let's do an activity. Take a glass full of water, put an egg in it. What do you observe? Yes, the egg sinks in water. That is, egg doesn't float on pure water. Take another glass and fill the same volume of water in it. Mix salt into this water. Now it becomes saturated solution of sodium chloride. That means this is a concentrated salt solution or brine solution. Then put an egg into this solution. What do you observe? Yes, the egg floats in brine solution. Do you know why egg sinks in pure water and floats in brine solution? Even though water and brine solution have the same volume, the mass of brine solution is greater than that of water. This means compared to water, brine solution has a greater density. Once again, pure water has low density, so egg sinks in it, and salt water has greater density, so egg floats in it. Take another glass and fill half of it with salt solution. Then put an egg on it. You can see egg floats in brine solution. Add pure water on it. Then you can observe that egg lies in between brine solution and pure water. Add artificial yellow and red food color to the brine solution and water respectively. Repeat this experiment. What's your observation? Yes, the solution having less density will float. That is, pure water is less denser than brine solution. So red color will seen at the top and yellow will be seen at the bottom. The egg lies in between them. This is the figure showing a person reading newspaper while floating on the Dead Sea. Here the density of salt water is greater. That is, density of ordinary seawater is 35 gram per liter, and at the same time density of Dead Sea is 340 gram per liter. This gives a clear idea about the influence of density. Let's look at some examples of density. Oil does not mix with water because density of oil is less than water. Wood, cork and ice float on water because they are less denser than water. If petrol, diesel, etc. catches fire, one should never try to extinguish it using water. It's because they are less denser than water, so they will come up and fire may intensify. So we never try to extinguish them using water. We have understood fundamental measurements and their units. Along with it, we have to observe certain rules according to international standards while using these units and their symbols. So let's look at the rules to be followed while writing units. The first rule states that The symbols of units are normally written using small letters in the English alphabet. For example, while writing meter, we use small letter M. Second, small letter S. And kilogram, small letter kg. But there are certain occasions on which capital letters of the English alphabet are used as symbols. The units named after persons are written like this. Take an example of potential difference. Its unit is volt. Symbol is V. Capital letter V. The unit is named with respect to the famous Italian physicist Alessandro Volta. Next example is force. Unit is Newton. Its symbol is written in capital letter N. This is just because of the famous scientist Sir Isaac Newton. Third rule we have, while writing the names of units, never use capital letters. Here, Kelvin is an example, and just observe the ways in which units are written. The first one here is written with small letter K, and the second one K as capital letter. It is easy to remember, while writing the names of units, never use capital letters. The second one mentioned here is not a correct way of representing. The correct form of writing Kelvin is K with small letter at the starting. Fourth one, never use the plural form for symbols. Let it be any number, 100, 200, whatever may be the number, always the symbols should be represented in single form. 10 kgs is not a correct way of representing because it is a plural. Write it as 10 kg. Fifth one, while writing units along with a value, there must be a single space between them. Just observe the two examples. Here in the first example, the number and the symbol of the unit, that is K, there is a space left in between them. In the second example, there is no space in between them. So it is not a correct way of representing. Always give a space between the numerical value and the symbol. Next one. Never use full stop or comma after a symbol except at the end of a sentence. Look at this example. 75 cm is the length of a table. Full stop is given at the last of the sentence 1. And in the sentence 2, full stop is given after 75 cm. It is not a correct way of representing. That implies never use full stop or comma after a symbol except at the end of a sentence. Next one. When a derived unit is expressed as the product of other units, use a dot or a space between them. Example, Newton meter. It is a derived unit and it is obtained as the product of Newton and meter. Remember, N is the unit of force. So if we are expressed as the product of other units, then give a dot or a space between them. The next rule we have, do not mix the name of a unit with the symbol. That is, a unit and a symbol should not be mixed. Here we have an example, kilogram per meter cube. First one and second one are correct way of representing. In the first one, it is represented using symbol, and the second one, it is represented using units. Whereas others are mixing of symbols and units. The next rule, while writing derived units, a slash is used to denote division, but never use more than one slash in one derived unit. That means, to denote division, we use slash in keyboard. Like that, to express division of units, we use slash. Here, meter per second square is taken as an example. The second one is not correct because here two slashes are used. It is not a correct method of representing. The correct method of representing is meter per second square with one slash. And the last rule we have, never use more than one unit to express a physical quantity. Look at this example, 10 meter 25 centimeter. It is the wrong way of expressing because it has two units. Dear students, today we have studied about the influence of density in pure water and in salt solution, and also the rules to be followed by writing units. In the next class, we will discuss about the conversion of units. See you again. Thank you.